We're doing another video about budgeting. We're going to talk about budget. There are like 3 things you should know when planning your budget. First thing is that just know that it takes 3 months to get your budget right. So after like the first month you do it, it might not line up and you're like, I don't know why this isn't working. Don't be discouraged. It's just get in the rhythm of how the money flows, and because you might buy something one month and it's expensive, but you might not need it next month.
And for the two of you to get on the same page.
Right. Which kind of brings us to our next one, which is knowing that if one person does more with the budget, it's okay. Now, this isn't me saying, I'll make the rules. Brandy, you only can spend this much, baby. Good luck. No, I would not be a happy camper. No, this is saying that someone is going to be more involved with keeping track. This is probably going to be the nerdier of one of y'all, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the nerd in this one.
He gets a little too excited about the budget.
I'm just like, whoosh, look how much money we saved this month, baby. We plan our budget at the beginning of the month, but once a week throughout the month, we get together, we say, hey, this is where the budget at, and usually it's like 5 minutes. But if there's like money missing or something happened, like big, then we're like, all right, well, it might be a little longer. We might talk about it for like, 20 minutes trying to figure out how the money's going to flow. And then actually agreeing where the money is going. Let me put it this way. When we first started doing the budget, Brandy's like, all right, we need this much for groceries. Like, psh, we're doing $10. That's what we're doing. But Brandy knows better.
By knows better, he means I know more about groceries because I do the grocery shopping and planning. And he would know more about, like, car expenses than I would.
Yeah.
That's what he means. Even though, I do know better.
She does. I'll give her that. Some things.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That's compromise right there. That was compromise. So anyway, let's get past that because we're doing great here, guys. All right.
And I think the biggest part that we found is listening to each other.
Yeah.
Like,
what did you say?
Like,
listening to her concerns and my concerns. Really finding where y'all can meet in the middle and what you can agree on. How do we do our budget, though? Well, we use the EveryDollar app. It's free on the Apple Store and the Google Store. You can put it both on your phones. I have access to it. Brandy has access to it. We can get in there, put our stuff in. And it's a really great tool.
And it's pretty self-explanatory when you're, getting into it, what to do. You can add expenses, you can take expenses away.
It breaks down a lot of the different things you need to think about, different categories of what areas you need to budget for. One of the first being giving there. We believe in a tithe. We give 10% to our income to the church, and even when we just like anything we get extra, we kind of make sure we give 10% of that. Giving the tithe to the church, to 10%, it just checks your heart. It lets you know that it keeps us submissive to God, and that, hey God, look, thank you for these blessings. We're giving this back to you because this is yours. It belongs
all
to
of it.
All of it. So we honor God like 10% every week. That's just to glorify God. And then some of the other sections it breaks into is housing. This is going to be your mortgage or rent. This is going to be your electric bill. This is going to be any utility that goes with the house. Your electric bill might fluctuate. So, let's say in your budget that your electric bill could be, it's either between like $150 on the low end, and then on the high end it's like $225. Go with like $200, because that way you overcompensate for it.
Right, let that be like your set budget for electricity.
Right.
Every month.
Right, and then when it comes in and it goes down, then you have extra money throughout the month. but you're just planning just in case.
Right, that way you don't come short.
Yeah. So I guess that's kind of the rule with like bills and stuff. On bills, if it fluctuates or you're not sure really, go to the high end. Mm-hmm. There's also a section in the EveryDollar app that is for income.
If 50. You don't get a salary and you get paid like for the hours you're putting in, your checks aren't going to be set.
Right. So you would go with like the lower end. So you would say if it was between, fluctuates between $250 and $300, you would go with like $225 or $250, and somewhere in between there. So that way, when it does come in and you have extra, you're set up for success. You won't ever be short because you plan for low income.
Sure.
Yeah.
Makes sense to us. I hope it makes sense to you.
Yeah, we're hoping. So, so housing, that's going to be all your bills and everything for your house, utilities, and if you have living expenses in that area. Some of the other sections they'll have is transportation. This is going to be, how much gas you're going to use every week,
Right, and like in the beginning we said it takes about 3 months to figure out what you're spending in gas and what you need to budget.
Yeah. I drive the Causeway every day. So not only are we taking gas, but we're also taking toll into consideration when we do the transportation section in the EveryDollar.
As well as, we actually don't pay our insurance monthly, but we still budget monthly for it. We pay every 6 months, but we make sure we're taking a little bit and putting to the side so that when it's time to pay, we have the money. And you get a pretty good discount when you do that. And just for being a good driver. So be good drivers.
Be great drivers. Food, that's going to be your groceries. It's going to be,
And we're going to do a whole separate video just talking about how I budget and shop for the groceries and stuff and all my little tips and tricks with that.
She is awesome. Coupon ninja. You don't even see her coming. Just like coupons just float from the air, and you're like, what happened? Where did all the savings come from?
So we're not going to go into the groceries too much. Just like we said, 3 months. Figure out what about what you spend, and then that'll be your budget for your groceries every month.
Yeah.
And I'll give you my tips later.
Yeah, some great tips. So personal is going to be events. Yeah. If y'all are going on a date night, how much money are you going to spend on a date night? If someone's birthday's coming up, how much are you going to spend on their birthday gift?
And holidays. Baby showers. If you're going out and you got to pay for a babysitter. Or if you have it in your income to put this into your budget, an amount for each individual in the house. What would you say?
Oh, you mean our crash money?
We call it crash money.
Yeah, we call it crash money.
I don't know, what is the normal?
That would be an allowance. Trust me, I didn't call it allowance when I told her we were going to start the budget. You imagine that? You're on an allowance now. I'm going to give you your... No.
You used up your allowance until next February. Yeah, and you're not going to get any more money until then.
But Ricky!
And not only that, but you can have any more charge accounts. I will handle all the money and pay all the bills. Now, isn't that funny?
Oh, Ricky, you can't do that to me.
Don't say that, guys. If you see this, don't go to your wife and say, here's your allowance for the month. Good luck.
Yeah, that won't go over well.
It won't. She'll take your allowance.
And like we said before, it's something that you and your spouse would agree on.
Actually, for a while there, we didn't even take an allowance. Yeah, we our crash money, we kind of said no for it for a while. So there are a few little other sections, but when you check out the app, you can check out everything, and it's so self-explanatory. You can delete and add things. But one section we do want to talk about is there is one section called debt. The D word. Debt. Boom, boom. That was supposed to be the Law and Order sound. Okay. So, debt, this is going to be everything you owe. This is going to be your car note. This is going to be personal loans. This is going to be doctor bills. This is going to be anything you owe anybody. When we started the budget, one of the main goals we had. Mongolia.
Alright, we gotta speed this up. It's date night.
I know. We're actually on date night right now. We started the budget and we started throwing all our extra money at the debt.
Mm-hmm. We got our car paid off. We got my
doctor bill paid off.
Doctor for
Blakely. And then we got the hospital bill, which one we're working on right now.
As we started keeping track of all our expenses, immediately we noticed how much we were spending on just like nonsense, really. Like
a lot of PJs.
And a lot of Taco Bell. Probably about $200 a month.
Yeah.
That we were just like mindlessly
eating.
Spending.
Yeah, we were eating our money. You don't even notice. You're like, okay, it's little bits here and there and there.
Right, just a couple dollars, like not a big deal.
Seeing that money we were just eating before and actually going to getting out paying something off.
Mm-hmm.
It's helpful.
And set goals to pay off your debt.
Yes.
Like we had a goal that we wanted to get the car paid off in 6 months. In order to achieve that goal, we need to really be paying, was it like $600 a month? We were like, that's insane.
It was like an
How are we going to be able to do that?
How did we do that, baby? A lot of pressure washing.
Not too much on me, because I was pregnant for like 4 of those months.
She saved it on the coupons and she was there for moral support.
That goes into a whole separate thing with your budget is if you have debts and you are trying to get them paid off, find ways to make the extra money.
I've been going to Goodwill, I've been finding things and flipping it online, and there's some good finds out there.
He loves reselling.
I do. I love it a lot. I'll sell you anything.
It's an addiction for him.
It really is. I'm like, I'll tell her, I'm not going. And then she like calls me, where are you? Oh, I'm at Goodwill right now. Side hustles.
Find your interest.
Mm-hmm.
Or something you're good at, or something you don't even realize that you are good at.
Yeah.
And just start doing that.
Yeah.
Make extra money. Sell things that you haven't used in years. Like, get rid of it.
And it's not forever. Just remember, you set a goal, and you're just trying to get out of debt. Also, if you are looking for any information on paying off debt and kind of like what we follow, Dave Ramsey. Check him out. He's on YouTube. He's on podcasts. He's on Spotify. If you haven't heard about him, check him out. Dave Ramsey.
It's just kind of how we do our budget. Yeah. And it's going to, it took us a while to get used to being so, like, regimented about it. Because before we really started this budget system in the beginning of 2019, January. And before that, we had a budget, but it was very, like, loose budget. We knew, like, how much our bills were. We knew, like, kind of where everything was going, but we didn't know, like, to the dollar. Like, like, now we know to the cent. So, like, it's a lot of saying no to yourself, to your personal desires. Have room for it in your budget. We think it's very important to, like, make time for each other. So we do a date night every month.
So just
date night. Then also, like, we, from the beginning of our marriage, put money to the side for a vacation. And it's important to have that time for each other.
Yes.
Because you get caught up in life.
And Yep, life.
And you're like, who are you?
Oh. She almost got me. In order for it actually to take effect and really help you, is you have to be consistent in it. You have to put in everything. And you have to just say no.
And you have to be a team.
You have to be a team. Trust me. Money's a big thing. Actually, money fights is like number one reason. Money problems is the number one reason people get divorced in America. And probably all over the world. That this budget thing will help you. It's helped us tremendously. But I think that's it. Our date night's kind of ending. We got to go pick up our kids. Questions or comments, leave them down. We're happy to answer them. And hey, guys, if this helped you, share it, like, and subscribe. Have a wonderful evening.
See y'all next week.
We'll see you.
And got some fun stuff planned for October, so.
Y'all have a good night.
So hopefully we can find parking, because, that's not the easiest.
a city of New Orleans.
Hopefully we can find parking.
Look, there it is.
Oh, wait. Let me...